Hi, good morning.
Hi there.
How you going?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. I've just woken up. I'm sorry about my gravelly voice.
Oh, it's fine. I know is it really late there or is it really early?
It's 6, so
Okay.
I woke up at 3, but now it's 6, so this is better.
Okay. Glad it
How's
worked
your
out.
little one feeling?
He's doing good. You know, I think he's feeling a little bit better, but I'm probably going to have to hold him some of the time. So,
That's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for helping me, and I'm sorry that I messed up yesterday.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, no
It
problem.
kept you waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've video called you because you said you might want to use it for YouTube, so
Yeah.
okay, cool. I'm going to start recording.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'll get my questions. Okay, hi Rachel. You have a great social media presence and spread so much love online. How do you stay so seemingly positive in the face of so much negativity?
You know, it's actually really hard to stay positive some days, but I just keep trying. I think that part of what keeps me really going and really hopeful are my kids. You know, really. I mean, I know that sounds kind of cliche in a sense, but even just having like a young little guy here does keep me kind of just facing each day as a new day. And I really want to rebuild my credibility with the world because my reputation really was dealt a big blow, like was really ambushed and just, you know, damaged. So I kind of am just like insisting on living my life and showing people who I really am, even though I know that every move I make is going to be criticized and people will have a problem with literally anything and everything that I do. But I have to just keep living and keep being me, you know? And I hope that eventually that will offset some of the negativity so that people can kind of see like, okay, you know, she's still the same 4 years later. You know, so maybe not as many people, you know, maybe the negativity will kind of reduce over time is what I'm hoping. Yeah.
So why do you think it's so important for parents to embrace and learn about the heritage of their adopted children?
Yeah, I think that this is just like so important, not even adoption only, but also foster care. You know, so any type of caregiving for somebody who is maybe not of the same culture or heritage as the caregiver, I think it's definitely very important to research and learn for the sake of the child's self-esteem and well-being and just their sense of place in the world. And when it comes to like white people adopting black kids, I think it's especially important in the US for parents to learn how to do hair. I'm a braider, so you know, I've just seen so many kids who have either had their hair chopped off or otherwise just, you know, ruined by white parents who just don't know what to do with it, and so they just don't do anything. And there have been a lot of kids who have actually helped and this one little girl, for example, was 6 years old, and she wasn't talking at school. She wouldn't talk to anybody, and she just hung her head, and she was very sad. And because everybody was calling her a boy because her adoptive parents had cut her hair off, and I braided her hair, and it's like her face just lit up, and she had a whole new, just a new perspective on life, and just, gave me a big hug. And I've just seen that so many times, and that also within my own family, of course, having 4 adopted siblings and seeing that nobody else was going to make that effort. And I just took it upon myself to be a self-taught braider, which it kind of came natural to me, and I love braiding, but since then, I just feel like there should be a required course, like there are certain things that parents do for health and nutrition, and I think it's like a psychological and emotional health and caregiving, for somebody to like learn about hair and be able to do that properly so that the child has a good self-esteem. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, cool. What is one of your proudest achievements as a civil rights activist?
I would say that... Did you have something to say, Langston? One of my proudest moments was developing the Young Advocates for Human Rights camp, and I did that in North Idaho, and that was for middle school students. So ages, actually, I think about 12 through 14. So, kids who actually had a lot of intellectual ability, but a lot of free time as well. And so, just the camp actually taught them how to make a change in the world for human rights on a local, national, and international level. And so at the end of that camp, the kids had to pick a year-long project, and several of those projects were just, hugely successful and made a big impact, and I'm really proud of that. And I think a lot of those kids have gone on to, even major in sociology or other similar fields in college, and kind of keep carrying that, what they learned from that camp forward. So that's something I'm really proud of. It's like it would never occur to me to make it my business to tell somebody like how you should wear your hair, because to me it's just all about confidence. Like, hair is just confidence, and how you dress is also just an expression of how you feel. So that's their business, and I would like for them to let it be my business how I wear my hair and how I dress. But I also think that to be an authentic person, sometimes we forget that we are a body and a mind and a soul, and we just kind of focus on the body only. And when we're, expressing what's in our spirit or the ideas we have in our mind, through our body, I think that's more of a harmonious way to kind of integrate and live as a whole being. But I get it. I think probably not everybody is really focused on that. So I try and kind of be understanding of people's criticisms, but also keep track of and be clear about my sense of self, and still do what I feel like I need to do, to be happy and to be authentically me. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, this is so good. This is fascinating. So, is this your artwork over here?
Yeah. This is my house. So, yeah, that's a portrait of Isaiah that I did when he was young, and it's actually done on stretched leather. And then there's like a collage behind it, and of course my bookshelf, and then some more art kind of back up here as well. So yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I thought it was yours.
Yeah.
So, but everything's yours?
Yeah, everything in my house is mine. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you have a really unique art style. Who are your artistic influences?
I have kind of a lot of, because I have so many different styles, I feel like I have a lot of different influences, which shouldn't be super surprising, but I kind of have a line of abstract art, I have a line of very representational portraiture, and then I have kind of a mixed media line of art with collage and sculpture. So my main influences are Artemisia Gentileschi from the kind of like with the Caravaggio lighting, like the Baroque period. And then also Henry Ossawa Tanner is a Black American artist who went to Europe and studied, and he kind of had a similar use of Baroque lighting and kind of more Renaissance style art. And then I also really like Elizabeth Catlett. I like her sculptural quality. My major for my master's of fine art was actually sculpture. So, but I like how she uses her sculptural quality even in her drawings and woodcuts. So Elizabeth Catlett. And then also I met Jacob Lawrence. Jacob Lawrence really is also an influence, and he actually attended one of my very first solo art shows in Mississippi. So that was kind of cool. He's since passed away, but yeah, so Jacob Lawrence, Elizabeth Catlett, Henry Ossawa Tanner, Artemisia Gentileschi. I think Gentileschi is mostly just because she was really a rival to Caravaggio, and as a woman, she wasn't allowed in the like figure drawing classes, and she wasn't, she was kind of like rejected. And I kind of relate to some of that of like, being told this is not your place, this is not your role or your lane, but she just kept painting and didn't back down. So yeah, those are my main influences. Yeah.
I wish I could talk to you. You're awesome. Really good. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
I appreciate it so much, and I love your book. And
thanks.
Yeah, just find everything really like inspiring, and yeah, I really, really respect you, and I hate the way that like people talk about you and everything. But
thank you. Yeah. Well, you said you're an art major?
Yeah, I'm doing Bachelor of Arts at uni. Yeah, so I'm doing a audio journalism class where you speak to an artist that you yeah.